anybody or on our Facebook page, anybody that has Facebook, go share it.
Okie dokie, we are live. Wow. Yeah, we're live, but it's on the You'll get your time. Don't worry.
Alright, hello. We are.
Hey, world of the internet and YouTubers. We are Team Robosapiens, and we are here for our
Third competition. Whatever it's called.
What is it? Are we Desert Vista?
Desert Vista.
Okay, Desert Vista competition, qualifying competition for
Ooh.
First Robotics, First Tech Challenge. We are here at the secret headquarters of the Robosapiens, secret lair.
We are your host. I'm Greenie McStash, and this is Beardo.
Whoa.
Weirdo.
Beardo.
I think this is weirdo.
He said Beardo. Weirdo works, but hey. So we thought we'd kind of kick things off a little bit this time and be a little more interactive because the last couple of times we got some comments that people were watching. They were really excited, but they weren't sure what they were watching. So we're gonna do some introductions. You're gonna get to know some of our team members and our coaches, and we're gonna explain to you a little bit about the game. Who do we want to start with? Who should we put on the hot seat first?
So why don't we go ahead and start with who might be one of our younger members, a little bit hot-headed, you might say. So much so that he has to wear a helmet right now.
He's got to keep the head in there in case.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and bring Malachi over.
Malachi!
Malachi!
Come on, Malachi!
Yeah.
Which camera?
Come on down.
Malachi, over here. This
Yeah.
camera.
Okay. So.
Look at the camera.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Hey, so Malachi, are we there?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
All right, so Malachi, tell us and the world a little bit about you. Why are you here? What's important to you? Wait a minute, I might have given you too much leash. What's the coolest thing about being a Robosapien?
I get to help my team and make new friends.
Yay!
Very nice. And what do you do for Team Robosapiens, Malachi?
I 3D model. I helped get the treads working because they were because that was a piece that I was able to find that actually worked.
Well.
Very nice.
If I am to understand this correctly, you will also be participating in the game today.
Yes, I am the human player. I am real man.
Nice.
He is the human robot.
So what Malachi will be doing is he will be sitting behind our field and dropping rings back in when we shoot them
And then-
into our launcher thing.
Also resetting the power controls.
Okay, you can go to your home now.
Yay.
Yay!
Yay, Malachi! All right, so who do we got next? Who do we want to put up here first? Next.
Alright,
We'll give you the power of choice.
Oh, the power of choice. That's a bad idea. Okay, Kotia, you're going.
Kutia.
Kutia! Captain, my captain!
Seriously, this team would not work without Kutia. I mean, I'm going to say that about everybody, but Kutia is a returning member of the team. This year, you are one of our co-captains and our lead programmer.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Everything the robot does is because Kutia is able to program it and put in some great code and be creative and boss everybody around, which we like when she does that. What's your favorite thing about being a Robosapien?
My favorite thing about being a Robosapien is that I can learn so many new skills. Leadership, public speaking, programming, and many others.
And we like it when she bosses people around.
She's quite good at that.
Nice. So what are you going to be doing today?
Today I am the drive team coach. I'm going to direct my drivers, my drive team members,
See, bossing people around. We like it.
and instruct them how to drive in teleop, which is our 2-minute driver control section.
Perfect. So what she's talking about is we compete in 3-minute rounds, right? So the first part of the round is a 30-second autonomous period where the robot does what?
It
Works on its own.
works on its own and earns its points.
Right.
Well,
So
sometimes.
it works on its own
Stop it.
because Kutia and the rest of our programmers have programmed it with a set of instructions So it does a bunch of stuff and follows a routine all on its own. So not only is Kutsia bossing us around, she's bossing Sally around, which is a robot. All right, so
I might watch you too.
right. Watch out, she's coming to get you, folks. Kutsia.
All right.
All right. Who's next?
Let's go ahead.
Should we do a coach this time?
Let's.
What do you think? Should we do a coach?
I think it's time for Miss Monica to speak to the people.
All right, I gotta sit down here, so you're gonna have to come up here and get on camera, cause.
Oh, okay.
Hello, I'm Miss Monica. I'm the head programming coach.
All right. So, what is it that you do?
So what I do is I help assist the programming team, Kutsia and her other people in their programming skills and trying to help just give them guidance and how to think through problems and use engineering design process.
It is a very important thing to have mentors, mainly because one, adult supervision is important. But second, and the most important point, is that it's good to see things from a second point of view and to have someone to bounce ideas off of. It's all really important stuff for problem solving and robot construction.
Yes. So, and also just kind of being the top level understanding of, what are all the different programs that we have, what do they all do, how do they work together, and making sure that it all comes together on the field.
All right.
Sweet! Yeah, that's Monica! Alright, who next? Who next?
We bringing up
I
another-
get to pick this time.
Oh, okay.
Yay.
I get to pick, right? So,
Alright.
who's gonna love me and hate me all at the same time? Oh, I saw Samia. Samia's like, alright, come on up, Samia.
All right.
Hi.
You might want to project your voice.
Hi, I'm Samia. I'm the engineering portfolio team lead.
So you guys might have seen, but an earlier version of our engineering portfolio runs before we begin our stream, and also in between rounds when we have a little bit of downtime. So do you want to talk a little bit about the construction of that?
Basically, my job is to document everything we do every day. So I observe, and then I just analyze the information, and I transfer it.
And she chases us to make sure that we're sharing our content as she should. We love Samia. Woo! All right.
So am I picking next, or you picking?
What do you think? I don't
You
know.
want to like rock paper scissors for it?
I can't see that. They can
Oh.
only see you.
Okay, that's fair. Well, then I can just say I won and I pick next.
All right, cool. What you got?
All right, let's go with Mr. Lee.
Really?
Miss Me!
Right here, is that okay?
That's perfect.
Yay!
Hello.
Hello!
You want to tell all these lovely people what you do?
I'm the head coach of the Robosapiens, and it's my job to look like I don't have a job.
What does that mean?
So basically, she's the boss. She does.
So I'm here to support all the other coaches and all the team and make sure that they feel like they are able to do their job.
A very important thing that
Thank you.
needs to be done. And we love you.
And,
Aw,
and
thank you.
realistically, would there be a team at Sonoran Science Academy without Ms. Newley?
It's true.
I think
I have
not.
a dream. That's my biggest dream.
She lets us into the building.
Yay!
We can't build the robot if we don't have the room.
I really want to make a Lord of the Rings reference really, really bad, but I won't.
Do it. Do it.
You shall not pass.
Okay. Hooray, Ms. Newley. All right, we have, two more team members.
Well, one more team member.
No, you're a team member.
Oh, wait, I am a team member.
Ah.
Oh, forgot about that.
Hey, Samia, do you want to interview him? Oh. All right, who wants to interview Nick for the on-camera interview?
You know,
Who wants
you
to
could.
do it?
I don't want to interview him.
Oh,
We have so many, seriously, we have so many people that are camera shy. Oh my gosh.
I could interview myself. Hi, Nick. What is it?
That'd
that
be
you
fun
do?
if you interviewed yourself. So, why are you here? What's the meaning of life?
That's a good question. I'd quote Conan the Barbarian, but that's not
That's not
appropriate.
That's not YouTube appropriate.
Gracious for festivals, though.
Okay, so I'm here because one, I happen to be one of the captains, so that's pretty cool. I'm the build team. That's I'd love if that
Right,
sounds,
yeah. So like he really is literally the build team right now.
No, that sounds like a whole like I am the Senate kind of thing.
Whoa.
But it's actually just that I'm the only member of the build team right now because we don't have a lot of people. But I do enjoy building and constructing things and problem solving, which is what brought me here in the first place. And this is my 4th year, my last year. But you know, I've been having fun.
And ladies and gentlemen, wearing a kilt.
I'm wearing a kilt.
Yay!
Hey, Ref Rich would be proud. So.
Ref Rich would be
Yeah,
proud.
very nice. Good job. All right, who's next?
Let's. Speaking of refs, do we want
No.
we want to bring up our referees really
Is
quick?
it time? Should we do it?
Oh my gosh!
You just want to say hi?
Do we need a chance to call the ref?
No.
Bring
You just
the
have
refs. Bring
Oh,
the refs.
Refs.
Bring the refs.
Yay!
Bring the
Hey, so I want to say on behalf of Team Robosapiens, these two guys are actually really good friends of mine, and Nathan's my business partner for Life Simple Technology Solutions, and Dustin is one of our biggest supporters. He works for Nortec Security, who's one of our big distributors, and these two guys at the drop of a hat have just donated their time and been so incredibly awesome and supportive. In this time right now with COVID, we're not able to do our competitions live and in person like we're used to doing, so we have to do everything here from Robosapiens headquarters, which means that we need semi-impartial people to step in and be our referees, and these guys have stepped up and they have been doing such an awesome job and so encouraging to our kids, and we definitely could not do this without them. Something you guys want to say, Nathan?
You know, I love anything mechanical anyway, and being able to support these guys as they develop their skills and their ability to become a team, which is amazing, has been a real pleasure to watch, and you know, give unbiased opinions on things and help out with the team. It's been a real pleasure.
Yeah.
Dustin.
I have thoroughly enjoyed being part of this Robosapiens team and refereeing, and moreover watching the development and the growth that has transitioned over the past few months, not only at a personal level with the teammates, but also in the robot itself and the design and the functionality of that and the progression that has gone on in the robot behind us. So, it's been an honor.
Sweet. You
And
guys
they're
get
not
to wear those
brides.
really cool striped jerseys too,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, I
All
prefer
right,
the stripes
sweet.
to go this way.
Awesome. Thank you.
And they're not bribed to be spread.
All right.
All right. Who are we bringing up next?
Let's bring up.
Let's bring up Melody.
Well, we need to. Yeah, we've got one more team member.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna step out. You're gonna be in control here.
Okay.
All right.
Interview me.
Say hello to the people.
The people are right there.
All right. So, would you like to explain a little bit about what you do?
What do I do?
That's a good question. I don't know. I'm just the interviewer here.
I help Miss Newly with the 3D modeling, and I drive the robot with Samia.
That
So.
is a super important.
I
thing.
think you had a killer practice run earlier, right?
Yeah.
What was
It's
the?
true. She's getting fast.
Yeah.
91 points.
91 points. Nice.
So, a big part of our competition is driving the robot, and we are fortunate to have people who are skilled and quick learners and can figure out how to get the game done.
Yes.
I.e., people are good at playing video games. No? Yeah?
Probably.
Video games. We're using.
Play it.
Sorry. Swing and a miss.
you're
Sorry,
good
folks.
regardless.
Yeah, so.
Let's see. Who else we got?
Melody! Woo!
Alright.
All right.
Okay.
Hello.
Alright, so I guess what is it that you do?
Oh, okay. I'm a assistant programming coach for the super awesome kids. I don't think I need to do many things here. Like they are super awesome, but I just walk around. All right. What's next?
So tell us where you come from. You are working for
I
On
work for On
Semiconductor.
Semiconductor, which is one of the sponsors for this program.
Thank you all so much.
And what do you do at On Semi?
I'm a business intelligence plus data design. So I basically take all the crap data and transform into some meaningful data.
Hey, I like it.
Pretty good.
It's no wonder you're such a good coach. All right.
So I guess it's just. Nope.
No, Monica's already done it. Oh.
Hi.
Let's give one last year for Mr.
Hey!
Thanks for coming out. It's Miss Wyman. So what do you do?
I pretend that I know what I'm doing and that she doesn't do everything.
For the record, she was pointing to
At Samia.
Samia.
So I only pretend.
The witness has identified Samia.
Well, regardless, we do a lot of important things for fundraising and stuff.
Yes.
All very important things. And also, she literally birthed me into this world, so I have to be biased or she will take me out of it.
Woo!
Okay, that is true. I have told him I brought him in and I can take him out. So.
All right. So, what's your favorite thing about coaching Team Robosapiens?
I really enjoy working with the kids. They're fun and they're energetic and they keep me happy. That's a good word. Happy because they're fun.
All right. Hooray for happy people. Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez.
You called it out. You gotta come interview me.
Oh.
Come on, Captain. Come on, co-captain.
Yeah, do some co-captain stuff.
Let's go.
So, who are you?
A question to which I contemplate on a very daily basis. I have not quite come to the full definition of what that is, because I'm always evolving.
Wow.
Too deep? Okay.
That is.
Yeah, a
So,
little bit
okay.
too deep.
So, more practically speaking, I'm in my second year helping coach the Robosapiens team. I am doing a lot of work with Build Team, and I've done a lot of working with all of our team members on developing our team identity, being able to tell our story, finding the things that are most important to us as far as our identity and our qualities and the things that we value, so that we can do team building and work together as a team. I love problem solving and fixing things and helping you guys learn to think outside of the box and use your creativity and grow and develop new skills. So that's what I love to do here as a coach.
Why do you? I'm not done.
She's not done. Why are you rushing her off this camera?
Sorry,
on stage?
I gotta be the hype man, you know?
Why do you love Team Robosapiens?
I think you guys are super smart in how quickly you pick things up. I love seeing how you guys work together. I like watching you guys form relationships and bonds where, you know, even when we're not working on something, you guys are sitting around talking, hanging out, having fun, and that's inspiring to me. And then I will tell you, this is my deep confession moment.
Ooh.
Really,
Let's hear it.
really jealous of you guys because we didn't have anything this cool when Nathan and I were in high school. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm having as much fun doing this stuff I think as you are. Sometimes maybe more.
That's not true.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right.
And he is our captain's dad
That's true.
and the build team mentor who built this robot. Who helped make build this robot.
Yeah.
And we cannot do this without him.
We love robots.
Yeah, robots are cool.
All right. Should we bring it in and kick this thing off?
Yeah, let's do a practice round.
That was awkward.
Malachi, come on.
All right, here we go.
$700.
$700 and you just kicked it.
Okay.
All right, so basically what we're doing right now is we are getting set to do a practice round. So we're going to actually turn this camera back to the field here in just a moment. If you looked at our Facebook page, you'll see a video that we shared a few days ago that kind of outlines the competition and what each phase of it is and how we score points and all of that fun jazz. So let's go ahead and flip that camera back to the field.
All right, here we go.
Oh, wait, guys.
Ooh, we need to reposition that because we cannot see all the field.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we gotta tilt it down.
You guys.
A lot. And then turn it. Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
All right.
Okay, so Kutsia,
You can see right now our robot being set up for autonomous. Over on the screen, you might see something that looks like a dice. That is the randomization for how many rings are going on the field. And later on, once we get the Euphoria working, that's what we will use to determine where we drop the wobble goal. So the autonomous section, it lasts for 30 seconds, and it's when the robot runs on its own. And what should happen is our robot will go up with the wobble goal preloaded, and also 3 rings. And it will shoot each of those rings at the targets kind of off to the left of our goal. And those are the power shot targets, which we score in autonomous and endgame.
so we've got a little bit of conference going on here with our drive team coach and lead programmer Kutsia talking with Miss Monica. Looks like they're strategizing on the starting position of the robot for autonomous.
Yeah. Of course, this is all very exciting stuff. Even though this is just a practice round, every match is important, and we need to make sure we're ready for everything. So, after our autonomous program runs, you will see our refs take the field and begin to look over our match. So, all exciting
I
stuff.
have a new appreciation for Dave and Christine because they fill so much time when there's stuff and prep and things going on, and all of the MCs that normally are at our competitions, I have a huge respect for them now. Because I think they have one of the hardest roles or jobs because they have to keep everybody engaged and, you know, try to be funny and witty and all that stuff. But here we are, it's 1:52. We've been broadcasting for 22 minutes, and I'm already thinking I'm running out of things to say. How about you?
I got plenty of things to say.
Oh, I know that.
Of course, you know, not all of them are funny. But, you know, I certainly have things to say.
We have some, I think we have some people on our chat here. Why don't we slide that window open so we can see? Oh, look at that.
We have some people. Lovely, lovely.
Hey,
Hello.
we have a screen name, Button the Puro.
That's.
So I think we're gonna.
Might be.
Is that your sister? Oh, it's Marima. Hi, Marima.
Hello. Okay. So.
And then we have our head coach's husband, Pat Newley. Big shout out to him. Without him, and allowing Miss Newley to spend so much time here, we probably wouldn't be as good as we are.
Thank you for letting us steal her, Pat.
We love you, Pat.
You're awesome. Okay.
Sure. Definitely. Notebook away. All right, are we getting ready here? Looks like we're getting ready to start this practice match.
Maybe. Hey, drive team. What's your game plan?
So, we are going to have a test match right now. And then an official match, no matter what the score is.
Yep.
Let's see.
You heard it here, folks. The minute that we start an official match, no stopping it. Whatever we get, it goes in.
It's all live scoring, so once that official match begins, we're stuck with it. If our robot stops in the middle, we're stuck with it.
Yep, no pressure.
First Robotics does a great job of keeping us honest. Yeah.
Drive team is ready? All right. Test match started.
There's a countdown. Alright, we got the robot moving. Robot's moving up, dropping the wobble goal. The launcher motors have started spinning. Alright, we got one power shot goal. We got a second power shot goal. And that one bounced off the side. Okay, human player Malachi just reset the power shot goals. We're now getting ready for the tele-op, or driver-operated portion of the round.
Yeah. I think being able to consistently get those power shot goals in autonomous is a good thing. Even if we only get one, the amount of points that we get from it is fantastic.
Totally huge. So basically what's happening right now is the driver is actually picking up the rings using the intake. Rings come up the intake, and then you can see that conveyor is moving the rings over to the launcher, and they position and launch at those goals. So you'll notice on that tower there's 3 different goals. There's a low goal, there's a mid goal, and a high goal.
Yeah, right now the robot primarily gets for the low goal, and it seems to be consistent in how many that we can get in a round. One thing that the drivers will have to fight over time is that as we
got a lot of bounce outs.
Yeah, as we burn battery power, the rings will start to go slower and slower, and we can't launch as far. So the clock is very much against us in this game. But so long as they can keep us moving.
Okay, and it looks like they're deploying the wobble goal arm, getting ready for endgame. Endgame is the last 30 seconds of the competition round. We'll wait for that horn to blow to signify the start of endgame. All right, perfect. They've got the wobble goal, and they're moving into shooting position. Oh, right in between, just missed it. And we got that power shot goal. Oh, we didn't get that second power shot goal.
I guess we're finding out why Malachi wears the helmet, huh?
All right, sweet. So now we're moving to the delivery area for the wobble goal, and we got the drop, and we're 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and that is the end of the round, folks.
Fantastic.
So pretty amazing. This goes by so quickly. I'm constantly amazed at how much that they're able to squeeze into 3 minutes of time. And if you think that's hectic, when we are normally, prior to COVID, when we're all meeting in person and when we're doing these competitions live on somebody's school site in their gym, there are 4 robots on the field at the same time.
It's true. I can speak from experience. Being out on the field and having all those other obstacles to worry about, it can really build up stress in that short amount of time. And it's really amazing how quickly our drivers work and how formulated they are with their plans.
So you already see, in addition to being our human player, Malachi is actually serving the role of pit boss right now. So in between each round of competition, there's so much happening on our robot that maintenance is required in between each round. I believe what he's doing right now is he is reapplying some of the sweepers to our intake, which do tend to break off periodically during rounds.
Right. There's a lot of moving parts on our robot, and we just need to make sure everything's tight, everything's loose, nothing's shaking up, because if we end up losing some parts, that can really impact how our competition rounds go.
And you also saw Drive Team Coach in there changing out our battery. Talk about battery consumption on this year's robot.
So we have a lot of moving parts on our robot. Between our wobble goal arm, our entire intake system, our motors, we burn at least 1 battery a round. So we need to make sure that we're consistently switching our batteries out, making sure that the robot's at full power, because if it's not, we start launching shorter distances and we're unable to get those points. So it's really make or break break with our battery power.
Okay, so more maintenance is going on, and we see they're breaking out the alcohol pads and they're cleaning the machinum wheels. Why is that important?
So the biggest thing that helps our robot strafe is clean wheels. If there's dirt caught up in it, then things start to slip. It can also build up static, which is not a good thing for our rev hub.
Yeah, we learned that the hard way, didn't we?
Oh, we sure did. That was not fun.
I think we killed one. That was a fun last minute have to change out the hub.
But it's important to keep our wheels clean so that they're working optimally and they're not building up any kind of charges. So, as you can hear.
So fun fact, since we talked about the power being important to the motors, having enough power to shoot the rings out, and once they get lower on power, they start to lose some speed. What's the let's share with the actually let's make this a little bit fun. How about if we have our viewers jump into the chat and guess what the free spinning RPM of our 1-to-1 motors in our launcher is? What do you think? Should we have like a 2-minute challenge here? See what our viewers can guess?
Yeah. We'll want to give it a few more minutes than that because there is a tad bit of latency.
That's true. So maybe we give them what, 4, 5 minutes?
Let's go with 10.
Ooh, 10 minutes. All right. So here we go, kids. In the next 10 minutes, jump into the chat and submit your guess. What is the free spinning RPM of the launcher motors?
So here's a bit of a hint, just so you guys can have something to work with. These are motors that work off of the planetary gears, and we actually don't have any gears, any of the planetary gears in. We just have it straight on, 1-to-1 ratio. So go ahead and have fun with that.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right.
Looks like we're getting close to ready for our first match here.
Looks like they're beginning to set everything up again.
Getting the robot set back to the field.
Making sure that our batteries are plugged in. Robot's turned on.
So according to the game manual, we're allowed to preload 3 rings. And that is pretty key for the autonomous period. Those 3 rings are going to get shot out at our power shot goals.
It is a very important thing that we have on there. Before we did the power shot goals, we actually had them going into the main goal. If you were here in the past, you might see how our gameplay has evolved over time, and our ability to get the power shot goals consistently have given us quite the increase in points overall. In fact, we've jumped significantly from our last competition, from getting 50 points average to getting about 80 points average.
All right, so I just couldn't help but notice. I think maybe some folks have got this on in the background, and maybe they missed our challenge invitation. Because I don't see any comments in our chat right now about the RPM of the launcher motors. So if anybody is, let's make this easy for you. How about if we do a multiple choice? Because maybe people don't feel like they're educated enough to give a good guess.
Oh, that's true.
All right, so we both know the stat, so it wouldn't be fair for us to say. So let's go a couple different ways. So let's say, is it more or less than what number? Let's make it easy.
Okay. What number would we do?
I don't know. I know that most of our cars, our automobiles, they hit their peak torque at, depending on the vehicle, depending on the motor. They hit their peak torque as low as 2,700 RPM and maybe as high as 4,000 RPM.
Yes, and we're definitely not up in the 4,000 range.
You don't think so, huh? I thought you knew this number. Maybe you don't. Uh-oh. All right, so let's do this, kids. why don't we just pick the middle of that? Is our free spinning RPM of our launcher motors more or less than 3,500 RPM? Alright, looks like we're about ready to start this match officially. We've got some work going on with our referees and our head coach getting the software put up correctly with the right setting for our live scoring. So this will be our first official match, it looks like. So get ready to pay attention to what's going down, because this here is official. It's going in our scorebook. We might have to get some more guest commentators in here.
It's true. I think it's important to mention, just anyone watching, we do have some pretty awesome sponsors. On Semiconductor, Life Simple Technologies.
And we definitely want to recognize some of the sponsors that make the actual first competition possible. In big part, there are sponsorships for first by Qualcomm and Collins Aerospace. They're both huge partners. They sponsor the awards that First gives out. There are different things that they do to help support First teams, and they also provide scholarships. Most of the people we talk to think that robotics is all about having fun, and it is about having fun, but there's a practical part of First Robotics too that makes a really big difference for a lot of students that come through First, like yourself.
Right, and it's great to see that companies are willing to put themselves out there and support events like these and make an investment for the future.
But what I was alluding to is that First Partners give out $14 million in scholarships annually to First students.
It's true,
and that's huge. That's a pathway to college for a lot of our kids. And these are students just like who you're seeing here in schools all around the world.
Yeah, especially a lot of students who maybe, beforehand might not have the opportunity to connect with companies in ways like this. So it's a really important thing for people to have access to. And, it's great that these companies and Firsts are able to provide opportunities like this.
Hey, so we're still having some technical difficulties with the live scoring and match preview. Let's cut really fast to our portfolio. You guys can check out our portfolio for a couple minutes while we're solving this computer issue. We'll be right back with that live round.
All right,
folks. Looks like we solved our computer issues. We're back, and we are set for our first live match.
2 minutes and 30 seconds are up on the clock.
Power shot, go.
Right?
Yeah.
He's got a lot of brain power in that bucket. All right.
Okay, drive team has signaled that they are ready, so the referees are going to randomize the board. Oh, they already did it.
Alright.
Looks like the refs are one step ahead of us.
They are. We must have missed that. Here we go for autonomous. Okay, robot makes first move to the light, moving up to the launch line, past the launch zone, drops the wobble goal. Motors spun up. Moving back for the first launch. Oh, looks like the first one was a miss. Second one got, and third one missed. All right.
It looks like
park
on
the
our
launch line.
looks like on our start, our robot drifted a tiny little bit, and just enough of a turn will affect what we're able to hit in our autonomous.
Here comes the driver operated period.
3, 2, 1.
Alright. Motors spin up. We're picking up some of the rings. That's one ring. And they're stopping that ring from moving, picking up the second ring, stopping that, picking up the third ring.
Now one
and
important
they're
thing,
ready to shoot.
one important thing that that we have to take note of is
High goal.
this
High goal.
is very different.
Second one in the high
from
goal.
the first
Perfect. Oh, miss on the third one in the high goal.
And that's 2 high goals. That's a lot of points.
2 high goals is great.
One thing that it's important to highlight that makes this competition different than our last one is the sweeps on our intake actually make it a lot easier for us to pick up rings.
There's a high
Before,
goal.
we had to push our robot into the frame of the field just to get the rings loaded. But now, we're loading quite quickly.
Alright. There's another high goal.
Hey!
And a mid goal. And another mid goal. Alright. Loading up more rings. We're about 55 seconds left in the competition round, which means we're now at 50 seconds. We're 20 seconds away from endgame.
So one important thing that needs to be highlighted is you'll see that at the beginning of the round we hit the top goal 2 times in a row. But moving forward with that, we're now consistently hitting the mid goal. And that's a clear sign of our battery power decreasing.
Alright, here comes endgame.
So it's important that our drivers are able to adapt on the fly.
Yeah, there's a power shot goal. There's another power shot goal. Oh, missed the third one, and here comes the wobble goal delivery to the drop zone just outside the playing field. Alright, and we got the drop, we got the release coming up, and
fantastic.
Perfect. 4 seconds left in the competition round. That's a big score, folks. That might be our highest score this season so far. I'm seeing a preliminary score of 106.
106.
Okay, and that is no
Fantastic.
penalties. That's our final score for that round. What a great way to open up.
And that might be our single highest score so far.
Woohoo! All right, so the team's going to get to work now on all of their pits, procedures, cleaning the robot, tightening things up. We are going to go back to, let's see, we're going to go back to the... Should we do the portfolio again for a minute? Because I think you got to jump in and tighten up some things on the robot.
Yeah, so anyways, that will be Greenie McStash and Beardo signing off. Hello, everybody. We are back. Greenie, McStash, and Beardo here.
How did we come up with Grudo anyway?
Yeah, I don't know. You have a beard?
A lot of people have beards.
Yeah, well, it seems to be the defining characteristic about your face.
Beardo might be too close to weirdo for me.
Well, both of those are true things.
Oh, hey, thanks for the praise, Pat. We got comment of best match ever. Hey, nobody participated in our RPM guessing game.
That's true. So, I guess
This could be a little bit of a letdown.
it's true. I don't know. Should we tell them?
Should we give them more time?
Maybe we want to give a guess. Or like a...
Oh, maintenance on the field.
Yeah, so that thing on our field, we'll go ahead and turn it. Our field border, that's $700 that we pray every day we don't break.
don't break the field wall.
That's a running joke around here is every time someone trips over it or
Alright.
bumps into it funny, $700.
Looks like we're ready for a practice round.
Yep, looks like we're going into our practice. Have our rings been loaded onto the field yet?
Are we need to randomize.
Yeah, we need 4 rings on the field. We've randomized.
Malachi!
Okay, so going back into a practice round after a phenomenal first round.
I'm honored.
Alright, look at how expertly Dustin is placing those rings on the randomization square.
You'd think he'd been doing this all his life.
Malachi's going on about his precious stack of precious. Alright, the human player has signified he's ready by tapping his helmet.
Yeah, you know, it's very important that he wears a helmet behind that thing. Even though there is a net that will protect those rings, if one goes flying right through,
Everyone's ready?
you know.
Let's go.
I don't buy that. Alright, here comes the match start.
Of course, really the reality of it is he probably really needs that helmet to protect himself from himself.
Alright, here we go. We have delivery of the wobble goal. Alright, there's one. And almost got the second one. And looks like we did get that second one now. And we're parked on the firing line.
So, one thing that it's really nice to see is we're at least consistently able to get one of the power shot goals in the tournament.
Alright, here comes Tilly up once more. That's the driver operated portion.
It's that consistency in our matches that's going to get us the best average score overall. Alright. Now we're loading up rings.
Looks like we got 2. And looks like we got 3. And moving into firing position. Here comes the shot. First one's a miss. A little bit low for the mid. A little bit high for the mid, low for the top on that second shot. So trying to figure out which way to go here. Oh, there's a high goal. That's perfect. That's a great position for the high goal. They're going to load up some more rings. A little bit of confusion on what we're doing to load up rings. Looks like Melody's still trying to figure this out a little bit. Little strategy happening, some directions being given by our driver coach. Ooh. Oh, we got 2 rings at once. That might not be good for the equipment. Okay, perfect. Here we go. So we got those 2 rings. Oh, there's a high goal. Another high goal. I think she's got the spot figured out for that high goal. And then straight over and pick up the ring. Ooh. There we go. Okay, she's got a rhythm in picking up those rings. Alright, you heard the horn signify the start of our endgame period. That's the last 30 seconds. Ooh, that one didn't quite go. Gonna reposition. Turning the wrong way. Looks like we're running out of time. 12 seconds, 10 seconds left remaining. We're gonna try and get those power shots. There's one. Oh, that one was a miss. We got to turn. Looks like that's it for this round, folks. Solid practice round. Hopefully learn some things that we'll be able to put into the next live round.
Marema saying I know her.
Nice job. Yay!
But yeah, as far as practice round goes, not bad. We're consistently able to get over the 65 threshold, which I think will be very important going forward.
That was just a practice. Yep.
With a strong autonomous and strong end game, I think we have the potential to do good.
Alright, so we're going to go to some in-between match maintenance again. The pit crew's going to go to work.
Alright, you'll see Malachi is going to take the field and assess the robot.
Pit crew. In-between match maintenance. Go.
Oh no, an obvious.
He's a little bit slow. I don't think he's had enough coffee today. But you know what? It's okay.
Nothing appears.
You know, you'd think a growing boy of his age wouldn't drink coffee just yet, but
He looks like a human, but he is an actual droid.
it's true. You know,
Malachi is the human robot.
I don't think I've ever known anyone his age to drink coffee out of necessity for it in the morning.
You're related to one.
Well,
Congratulations, you now
See,
met one.
that's for a different reason. It's not because he needs a.
I wasn't talking
coffee
about me. Oh, you were talking about
There.
Dylan.
Yeah, I mean Dylan. It just helps him focus more, you know.
That should be fine. We're good.
Alright. Our pit boss says we're good.
Looks like we're ready. New battery is being loaded, and it looks like the refs are preparing for our next official match.
Hey, while we're at it, Team Robosapiens is housed out of Sonoran Science Academy, Phoenix. We just wanted to give a good shout out to our new principal who's coming on, who is Dr. McFan. So we're gonna give Dr. McFan a good Robosapiens welcome to Sonoran Science Academy. Welcome, Dr. McFan. I think we need to get Dr. McFan in one of those rough jerseys. What do you think? You think he would do it?
Hey, you know, for state maybe. Don't worry, it wasn't you. Probably.
Alright.
Okay.
Some diligent alignment and adjustment set up there happening. Alright, and very exact placement.
Looks like 4 rings will be going onto the field.
Randomization of 4 rings. So as soon as the drive team has their robot completely set up, then the refs take the field for the randomization. As soon as that happens, none of the drive team can enter the field again. That'd be a penalty once the randomization has taken place. The drive team is not allowed to enter the field after that moment.
So it's important that everything gets set up here, and we make sure that everything's ready for our match, because if there's one little failure, that can ruin an entire match, which, you know, of course is not ideal. But these people are professionals, they work with this equipment a lot, and it seems like they are ready.
Alright, so yeah, definitely part of the game is to score as many points as possible, but the other part of the game is to make sure that you are not taking points away from yourself, avoiding those penalties. Very costly thing to make simple mistakes. So part of the consistency is getting to score points regularly, but also avoiding those penalties.
And
so you see the referee, Dustin, is looking for the position of the robot, the starting position. The robot must be touching the field border. A little bit of last-minute strategy happening from our drive coach with the drivers.
And looks like we're ready to begin.
I believe our driver this time is going to be Melody.
Thumbs up, sir.
Alright, we've gotten a thumbs up from the drive team, the human player. Here comes the match. Thomas. Alright. place the wobble goal, get ready to fire. Moving to firing position. Ooh, got a miss on that first one. Got a good solid hit on that second one and the third one. Nice. So we've got
Malachi.
perfect, resetting the power shot goals. That's another role of the human players, returning rings to the field, but also they have to reset the power shot goals.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, motors are spinning up. Human player is putting rings onto the field. Get some rings picked up.
And I think while the robot is facing this way, you'll be able to really
That's a good,
see.
good view of the loading.
Yeah, good view of how those that sweep really helps us bring more rings into our robot.
So we're getting those rings, they're coming over into firing position. Oh, just bounced out on that one. Here comes another shot. Oh, just missed on that one. A little more rotation before we fire again. Oh, too much. Come back. There we go, right there. There's a good shot. Oh, just another bounce out. Time to load some more rings.
It looks like that stack of 4 is really limiting some of the mobility of the robot.
Here's the thing though, with first rules, we are allowed to plow, so I think the driver is maybe being apprehensive about running into that stack of rings. It's actually not a penalty to run into that stack of rings, and actually, if they can be knocked over, just like she just did, you can grab those rings. So we got one, and we're going to load another one right here. Ooh, that is going to be that's going to be the end game. That horn that you heard. So we got the rings, and then we're going to shoot at the power shot goals. Ooh, just missed. Just missed again, and missed for a third time. 12 seconds left. I think we're running out of time. Don't think we're going to see anything more going on here. We're in 3, 2, 1. Loading a couple more rings. Good shot of loading the rings there. All right. Okay, so we're tabulating that final score, and looks like we got 35 points for that second round, folks. Definitely some discussion about batteries. Maybe had a battery that wasn't quite strong enough.
But most importantly, this 35 is from autonomous alone, so it does a really good job of showing what our robot is capable of in autonomous nonetheless. And that's just one part of adding everything together. It looks like we may need to take a quick recess to make sure that our batteries are fully charged, because that seems to be playing a big problem in how the robot is functioning.
Alright, so we're going to go to a quick break. We're going to check in with the drive team, do a little bit of strategy. We're going to put up that engineering portfolio again, so you can see a little bit more information about the team.
All right. All right, hello everybody.
Hey.
Beardo and Granny McStash back again. I'm running with that. That's it now.
Drink of champions. Gatorade.
It's the best flavor, blue. Don't ask what blue is the
Which
flavor.
blue did you
of.
get?
I got the cool blue.
Yeah. Blue cherry, kids. Alright, so we're 2 matches into our 6 matches. We have 4 more to go. Our team is getting ready for the next one. And I believe our driver rotation, our next driver up is going to be Miss Samia.
Yep. So, I think this is the part of the competition, kind of the middle, is where we begin to get into the groove of things. And this is where important patterns start to be built for the overall competition. So, it seems like...
Are we practice?
Alright, let's do this practice match.
Yeah, looks like
Looks
we're
like we're going into a
match.
practice match. Okay.
Okay. Very important thing to turn the robot's power on. Alright, looks like our drive team is ready. Randomization is 0 rings. Oh, not quite ready. The phone is not ready.
Looks
That's
like we're
why
having
we asked.
phone difficulties. But it seems that our human player is ready, signified by the tapping of the bucket on his head.
Ooh, we just heard the R2D2.
Alright, drive team ready?
Thumbs up from the drive
Phone
team.
ready?
Here comes the start of the match.
Test match.
3, 2,
I'm gonna go turn that volume up just a bit.
All right. Looks like our launch motors are on. We're moving back behind the launch line. We got 1 down. And 1 scored. Okay. Well, our intention was to get the power shot goals.
Looks like we got power shot in the high goal.
That is something that we will take. 32 points coming out of autonomous. Let's see what the
Great
drivers
start.
can do.
Alright, here comes Samia. Grab those rings. Got 2 loaded. Here comes the 3rd ring.
Alright.
Oh, looks like we've got rings hung up and not in firing position.
That can be a bit of an issue. Looks
She's
like-
trying to shake them. She's trying to shake them into their spot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got a little bit of malfunction in our... Yeah, she's trying... The conveyor's not running?
No.
Hey, there's the conveyor's running. Alright, so... Conveyor's running. Maybe she can shake it a little bit. Trying to shake the rings into position. Looks like maybe damage done, unfortunately. I believe we were picking up rings without the conveyor running. It's the difficulty there. Yeah, we definitely got those rings hung up, so best we can do is set up for endgame.
Right. That's the biggest difficulty, even in the practice match. The loading of rings is a very delicate process, and even though most times it's something that does work, there's always the possibility that something might get into a little nook that you don't want it to be in, and that's how parts get stuck. But
Alright.
it seems like that might be it.
Alright, so we got a final score coming up from this match.
So hopefully we can take this knowledge
52.
into our next match, which will be our official match.
Alright.
So did it just fall in the thing that you...
That just got unlucky, they got bound up in between and the one was sitting on top like this. And you couldn't get the the launch arm, to actually knock anything out of the way. It just kept going underneath the launch
Yeah,
arm.
I think the problem there might have been that our conveyor belt wasn't running.
So was that just the conveyor wasn't running?
All right. We're currently assessing what we can do to avoid this problem for our next round. So, in the meantime, while we prep for our next match, we're going to move back to our portfolio. So that's Greeny McStash signing off for the next couple of minutes. Enjoy.
All right, so we are setting up now for our third live match.
Now, are you setting it a little further away on the tape? Oh, okay. Or, not as,
Third or how many?
Not as close to the.
I will say, it's definitely an interesting experience running matches on our own, and commentating, filling the space in between, having to gather our own scores, and for all the years beforehand, when we had our lovely refs and volunteers at the competitions, thank you, because your contribution really made those experiences work. But I think we're slowly starting to figure out everything.
Yeah, for sure, and definitely big shout out to all of the volunteers that run first competitions. The Coconuts, our refs and judges, the folks that run the computers and do all the behind the scenes stuff, and are playing music, and our MCs. This is a much harder job than what I think we probably thought, and I think a lot of teams out there definitely take that for granted. So hats off to all of you people. Keep doing it, and we're looking forward to being back in regular matches and not having to compete online.
And of course, Ref Rich, my kilt goes out to you, sir.
Well done, well played.
let's do this thing. You guys are gonna be great.
All right, some final adjustments to the robot placement.
Is it number 2?
All right. With a bit of motivation from our judges, it looks like we are going to begin preparing for our next official match.
One ring.
All right, randomization, one ring.
Enter the floor one at a time, please. Today's Robosapiens floor.
Looks like one ring will be entering the field.
Only one shall.
Be very careful about placement.
All right, Ref Dustin has completed the randomization. He's checking the robot, make sure that it's in contact with the outer wall. And we are ready for the match to begin.
And we have the all
All
clear.
right, drivers.
We got a thumbs up from the drive team and from our human player. We're ready to go.
All right. Match is going to begin in
3, 2, 1.
All three power shot goals.
And that's 50 points in our autonomous.
50-point autonomous.
Now, personally, in my opinion, I think when we get into the second half of the competition is when things start to really get exciting. Because, of course, the first few matches are just testing the waters. But once you get to the second half,
Alright, here we go. We're grabbing those rings. Here comes the next ring.
but the second half, I think, especially speaking from experience of being in multiple different competitions, the second half is really when drivers start to settle into
There we go.
into their patterns.
Yeah.
And it really starts to become apparent later on that drivers are starting to figure out what's going on. Things start to ramp up. Of course, it's very different not having partners on the field this year. But regardless, it's all really exciting stuff.
There's a high goal. And, oh, just a bounce out.
We have to be really particular about where we hit the rings on the field, because if we hit it in the wrong place,
What are we doing here?
looks like we're lining up to grab our wobble goal.
Okay, there's endgame. We got the horn that sounds the beginning of endgame. 22 seconds trying to line up for the wobble goal. Got the wobble goal. Now we're going to turn back into shooting position. Oh. There we go. And 8 seconds coming to the delivery of the wobble goal. Drop. All right.
And there we go.
And that's the end of the match. Looks like a preliminary score of 101. Let's wait for the judges. We'll get our final official score. Tabulation, and 101 it is. 101, kids. That's a great score.
Fantastic
Round
work.
3 is in the books. Very great job from our drive team and our driver.
And that's fantastic work from the drive team overall. And incredible improvement from our initial 20-something score that we began as our highest. So there's definitely been a lot of growth.
You know what I think made a great difference in that match is a great call from the drive team, from the drive captain as she was setting up the robot for autonomous. You can see how every time she's making small little adjustments in the starting position of the robot, and it's making a huge difference, especially as we saw in that last match. She found the sweet spot to get all 3 of those power shot goals deployed for a total of 50 points in autonomous. It's huge.
I must say, autonomous definitely played a contributing factor in that round. That was awesome.
All right, so it looks like we are changing batteries. Our pit crew is getting ready to go here.
It looks
Ooh.
like
Coach Lonnie just walked across the camera. She's trying to hide. She's still in the chair. What do you think, Malachi? Everything tight?
You want to play a practice match?
how are the zip ties looking?
Zip ties are holding up pretty well now, buddy.
I think I would do a pistol whip.
Not bad.
You're going to do a pistol whip match? Yeah. Are you sure?
Battery's good?
You don't need a detactor?
Yeah,
Or,
Oh, we're doing 1-to-1.
Ooh, toasted. Battery's never good this hot.
They generate heat when they're charging.
Fresh out of the charger.
All right, so we
Not
got
an
a
oven,
fresh,
because you shouldn't cook batteries.
we got a fresh battery going in the robot.
Are we maintaining, turn
1-to-1, or are we gonna do,
yes.
About 3 p.m. We've got 3 more live matches to do.
Question for you.
It looks like our drive team and our
prefer to
refs
do a practice
are
match and a final, or do
currently
we wanna do it right
deciding
after?
if they want to continue to do
Okay.
full matches or they want to alternate between practice matches.
Looks like determination's made. We're gonna do a practice match before we do a live match.
Hello.
Watch
Melanie, what is that with
Looks
the
like
4 rings?
4 rings are on the field. Now, in the meantime, Greeny McStash needs to step out the room, so I'm going to leave commentary up to my associate Beardo. So, good luck.
Okay.
I think this, you almost need 2 positions, right, Cynthia? One for the new battery, one for the old battery.
But battery 1 works different than battery 2.
Are you for serious?
Really?
Yeah.
Let's start writing notes in Sharpie on the battery.
Only battery 1 works with my autonomous.
Who does number 2 work for?
Well, what about battery 3 and 4?
No, they're vintage. Oh,
They're-
sorry.
3 and 4 are vintage? They're the old ones?
Or no, 1 and 2.
I thought 1 and 2 were the old ones.
Yeah.
So 3,
3 and 4 are not accurate. No. I think it's
3 and 4
almost like
are not.
scraping crookedly.
It's interesting that a battery would make that change.
Yeah, I can't quite figure out how, what's going on with that.
More power.
Too much power.
Give me more power.
I'm thinking of school fun. But I guess all
Oh,
of those
oh,
are
oh,
things.
It's also true
Cool
that
time.
just in general, you know, the shooting is inconsistent. You know, even if you sit it in one place and shoot it over and over again, it's about like a 7 out of 10
Gotcha.
in the best.
Inconsistency is the pattern.
Well, in the battery.
Yeah. It's something that we have some time to play around with before we go to state.
For sure.
Are you allowed to have a voltage regulator? Like a capacitor? That would be interesting.
Oh, you guys don't know we got the state. Did you know?
They know.
I do know that.
Did you guys see our trophy?
Yeah.
This young man kept us informed. The day it happened.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's too exciting not to make a phone call.
For how many hundreds of robots
Potentiometer is not a voltage regulator. That's just traditional internet, right?
Yeah, but I think, so one of the things that I'm a little bit more, what should I say? I'm not convinced how much the battery is actually,
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure that that's what the stuff does. It has
Correct, the voltage regulator. I think you're right on that.
But one thing I think that we should experiment with a little bit more is how much power we're given to the
To the launcher motor.
Yeah.
Oh, we're full power right now.
So yes and no, in the sense that when we were messing around with it for autonomous, I think that how we were at on where we ended up with it, it's at like 0.1 that autonomous, that's the speed for teleop. And I don't think it needs to be quite that high for teleop, and it might even
Switch it.
Or do you want me to lift?
have a lot of time to.
Okay, well, we'll have time between now and state.
Yeah, for sure, no, we have 5 or 6 weeks, so that's fine.
Alright, so we just let you guys in on some behind the scenes discussion about things that we can do to help consistency of our robot as it fires the rings. Talking a little bit about what's affected by the battery charge, settings of the launcher motors. We also haven't talked about, I think we're in pretty good shape as far as the spacing in our
How we
launcher
doing?
in
We ready?
between the outside guide ring
Yep.
and actually the wheels that fire the
Okay.
rings. But there are lots of different little things that we can experiment with that may change the outcome. Here comes that reel for official points match. Great start to autonomous. We've deployed the wobble ball. Ooh. Shooting a little bit high. Alright. And parking on the line. And we are coming up to the start of the driver operated period. We have Melody as our driver. Alright, she's turning the robot around, gonna come and get those rings.
Yay!
Okay, we gotta turn the, there we go. We got the intake on. We got the conveyor on. She's gonna move forward, pick up those rings. First ring, second ring, Third ring. Ready to turn and shoot. And turn. Oh, no. Turn. Don't shoot it again. Turn. There we go. Turn a little more. Nope. There we go. That's a mid goal. And that was a miss. Gotta load more rings. Ooh. There we go. Seems like maybe we've lost control of our launcher.
Part of the put that other level go. Put down. Put the other level.
Okay, it looks like we've had a little bit of a failure.
The arm's not working.
The arm's not working, the intake's not working, and it also looks like the launcher's not working. Only
The thing is, guys, this is a practice, so we can stop it. And figure out what's going on.
is it practice?
Yeah.
My bad, folks. This is not a live round.
I'm guessing it's the expansion hub.
All right, it appears we're going to be changing an expansion hub here.
It might have just come unplugged, but yes.
So guys, what did you do to the expansion hub before when it was not responding?
They just unplugged everything and we plugged it back in, basically.
Gotcha.
I was having them swap other ports, and when they swapped them, then everything worked. So they're like, okay.
All right, we're gonna do some maintenance.
Of course, everything happens when I walk away. Hey, look, I'm just saying, sometimes when a donut's calling, you just gotta go for it. So right now, there seems to be a bit of an issue with our expansion hub. So we're going to check that out now and leave you to our portfolio.
All right, everybody. We're having some technical difficulties, so it looks like we are going to have to cut today's competition short, which means that we're actually going to be finishing up on Sunday. Looks like you get 2 competitions. Ooh. But yeah, I'm just going to give it some time for this message to, catch up to all of you. But, Grindy McStash out.